Take a good look at this number on your lab report. 500 milligrams per liter. This isn't just data, it's a mirror reflecting your future. If your protein levels cross this line, your kidneys aren't just leaking, they are screaming for help. For most, this is the beginning of a terrifying slide toward dialysis and debt. But for you today, this is your final wake-up call. We're going beyond basic medicine to show you the exact nutrients that can plug the leaks and restart the healing process before the damage becomes permanent. To understand why that number on your report matters so much, we first need to look at how your kidneys actually function. Think of your kidneys as a highly sophisticated water filtration plant for your body. Inside each kidney, there are millions of tiny microscopic filters called glomeruli. In a healthy state, these filters are incredibly precise. They allow small waste products and excess water to pass through into your urine, while keeping essential large molecules like proteins right where they belong, in your bloodstream. However, when these filters become damaged, they start to leak. This is what we call proteinuria. But here's the part most people miss. Your kidneys aren't just losing protein. They are also losing the very tools they need to fix themselves. You see, many essential vitamins are bound to proteins in your blood. When those proteins slip through the damaged filters and vanish into your urine, they take your vital nutrients with them. It is a devastating cycle. Your kidneys are damaged because they lack the resources to repair their tissues, and they lack those resources because the damage itself is flushing them out of your system. Commonly, people assume that kidney decline is just an inevitable part of aging, that the filters are simply wearing out over time. But that is a dangerous misconception. In many cases, your kidneys aren't just old, they are starving. They are suffering from a lack of repair materials. There are 4 primary reasons why your vitamin levels plummet when kidney damage is present. First, as we mentioned, the literal leaking of nutrients through the glomeruli. Second, chronic kidney issues often distort your sense of taste and decrease your appetite, leading to malnutrition. Third, to manage advanced kidney disease, doctors often prescribe restrictive diets that limit certain fruits and vegetables, foods that are high in potassium but also rich in essential vitamins. And finally, for those on dialysis, the mechanical filtering process itself can strip even more vitamins from the blood. What is clear is that any reduction in proteinuria will decrease further kidney damage. By replacing these specific lost vitamins, whether through targeted supplements or nutrient-dense foods, we can provide the kidneys with the raw materials they need to reduce inflammation and start repairing the filtering system from the inside out. In the next sections, we will break down the top 3 vitamins that act as the repair crew for your kidneys, starting with one that functions more like a master hormone than a simple nutrient. Have you ever walked out of a nephrologist's office feeling more confused than when you walked in? You see the numbers on your lab report, the protein levels are climbing, the GFR is dipping, and you ask, what can I do right now to stop this? Often, the answer is a shrug and a suggestion to limit salt or wait until the next blood draw. This is the agonizing reality for millions. Being told your house is on fire, but being told to wait until the roof collapses before the fire department arrives. Why is there such a profound silence when it comes to nutritional intervention? Why aren't you being told about the specific vitamins that could act as a sealant for your leaking filters? To understand this, we have to look at the gap between 2 front lines. On one side, you have the front line of modern acute medicine. Our healthcare system is a marvel at firefighting. If you have a kidney stone blocking a duct or an acute infection, the system is world-class. However, chronic kidney disease is not a fire. It is a slow, quiet erosion. Because modern medical training is heavily focused on pharmaceutical and surgical interventions, the nuanced role of micronutrients often falls through the cracks. When your kidneys are leaking protein but haven't reached failure yet, many doctors consider that state manageable or stable. But stable in a clinical sense often means you aren't dying today. It doesn't mean your kidneys are thriving. On the other side of the gap is the front line of preservation. This is where you live. You don't want to be stable at 40% function. You want to reclaim the 60% you've lost. This is where the frustration stems from. You are looking for a way to repair the lock, the filters, while the system is often just waiting to manage the eventual collapse. Let's be direct. Why doesn't your doctor talk about vitamin D or B9 for proteinuria? Primarily, it is a matter of protocol. Most clinical guidelines are built around what insurance covers and what large-scale pharmaceutical trials have proven for late-stage disease. Nutritional studies, while often groundbreaking, don't always get the same prime-time exposure in medical journals. This creates a dangerous knowledge gap where the patient you is left in the dark about the very materials your body needs to rebuild. Think about the nights you've spent staring at the froth in your urine, wondering if every bubble represents a piece of your future being flushed away. That anxiety is real and it is justified. When the medical system tells you to just monitor it, they are asking you to be a passive observer of your own decline. They are asking you to watch the water leak out of your tank without giving you the putty to plug the holes. This is exactly why we created this channel and this specific video. We believe that informed patients get better results. If your doctor isn't talking to you about the oxidative stress occurring in your glomeruli or the hormonal role of vitamin D in reducing internal kidney pressure, then you must take the initiative to learn it yourself. We aren't suggesting you ignore your doctor's advice. Far from it. We are suggesting you expand your care. You need the firefighter, your doctor, for the emergencies, but you also need the architect nutrition to rebuild the structure. In the upcoming sections, we are going to dive deep into the biochemistry of 3 specific vitamins. We will explain exactly how they interact with your kidney tissues to stop the leaks. Keep in mind, your kidneys are one of the most resilient organs in the human body. They want to heal. They are designed to filter and regenerate, but they cannot build a house without bricks, and they cannot repair a filter without the right vitamins. If you felt that the medical system has left you in a waiting room for your own health, it's time to step out of that room. Let's move past the wait and see approach and look at the actual science of cellular repair. We will start with the first master repairman in our list, a nutrient that is so powerful it is actually classified as a hormone by many researchers. The first on our list is vitamin D. While most people associate vitamin D strictly with bone health, in the world of nephrology, it is increasingly recognized as much more than a simple nutrient. In fact, it functions more like a vital hormone that regulates the very environment inside your kidneys. To understand why vitamin D is a savior of pressure, we have to look at how it interacts with your kidney's internal plumbing. When the delicate tissues of the kidney are damaged, they often struggle to maintain proper blood flow. In a desperate attempt to compensate, the kidneys release an enzyme called renin. This triggers a chain reaction that tightens your blood vessels and skyrockets the internal pressure within the glomeruli, those tiny filters we discussed earlier. Think of it like a garden hose being squeezed too hard. Eventually, the pressure causes the hose to leak or even burst. This excessive force is a primary driver of proteinuria. Vitamin D acts as a pressure relief valve. It directly inhibits the secretion of renin and other enzymes like angiotensin that cause this high pressure state. By calming this system down, vitamin D allows the filtration pressure to normalize, giving the damaged tissues a chance to breathe and stop the leakage of protein. Beyond pressure management, vitamin D is essential for ridding the body of chronic inflammation. When your kidneys are inflamed, the tube-like filters enlarge, making it easier for large protein molecules to slip through. Decreasing this inflammation is key to decreasing proteinuria. Furthermore, vitamin D helps produce powerful antioxidants. These antioxidants act as a shield, attaching themselves to harmful free radicals, unstable molecules that damage your filtration system, and neutralizing them before they can cause further scarring. Research in this area is compelling. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the journal Kidney Blood Pressure Research examined studies involving nearly 1,500 patients with diabetic kidney damage. The evidence showed that vitamin D supplementation in multiple forms significantly reduced the amount of protein found in the urine. However, getting enough vitamin D isn't always as simple as standing in the sun, especially for those with existing kidney conditions. According to the Kidney Disease Outcomes Quality Initiative, KDOQI 2020 recommendations, vitamin D intake should be personalized and carefully monitored by a healthcare professional. For most adults, the goal is 600 international units IU daily, while those over 70 should aim for 800 IU. You can boost your levels naturally by eating fatty fish like mackerel and salmon, or by incorporating cod liver, oil, and egg yolks into your diet. Mushrooms exposed to UV light and fortified foods like milk or certain cereals are also excellent sources. But a word of caution, vitamin D is fat soluble, meaning it is stored in your body tissues. Taking too much can lead to toxic levels, which may increase calcium in the blood and lead to kidney stones. This is why we recommend that any supplement dose over 4,000 IU should only be taken under direct medical supervision. For the best absorption, always take your vitamin D with a meal that contains healthy fats such as avocado or nuts. If you are shopping for supplements, look for vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol, as it is often more effective at raising your blood levels over time than the D2 form. By stabilizing the pressure and cooling the inflammation, vitamin D sets the stage for our next vitamin to step in and perform an even more advanced type of cellular house cleaning. The second vitamin that can significantly decrease protein leakage and help heal your kidneys is vitamin E. While vitamin D manages the pressure, vitamin E acts as the ultimate guardian of your cell membranes. Think of vitamin E as the specialized security detail for your kidney's filtration system, specifically protecting the delicate tissues from oxidative stress and free radical damage. But vitamin E does something even more profound, something that many people, including some medical professionals, rarely discuss in the context of kidney health. It involves a biological phenomenon called autophagy. In the world of cellular biology, autophagy literally translates to self-eating. Now, that might sound alarming, but it is actually one of the most beautiful and essential processes your body performs. Imagine your kidney as a high-tech factory that has been running 247 for decades. Over time, parts of the machinery break down. Toxic waste accumulates on the floors, and broken proteins start to clog the assembly lines. If this trash isn't removed, the factory, your kidneys, slows down, becomes inflamed, and starts to leak. Autophagy is your body's internal recycling program. It is the process where your cells identify damaged components, eat them, and recycle them into raw materials to build brand new, healthy cell parts. Vitamin E plays a pivotal role here because it helps conserve cellular energy and ensures that this cleanup mission finishes to completion. By promoting efficient autophagy, vitamin E helps the cells lining your kidney's filtration system repair themselves from the inside out. Many people have discovered that they can supercharge this healing process by combining vitamin E with a 168 intermittent fasting routine. When you stop eating for 16 hours, you force your body to look for internal fuel. Instead of burning new food, your body starts burning the trash, triggering a massive surge in autophagy. When you provide your body with adequate vitamin E during this state, you are essentially giving your cellular cleanup crew the high-grade tools they need to scrub your kidney filters clean of the debris that causes proteinuria. The scientific evidence for vitamin E is very promising. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients focused on 59 patients with diabetic kidney disease and early-stage proteinuria. While the study highlighted the complexity of vitamin E's role, preliminary research showed marked improvements in cellular maintenance and overall kidney function. When it comes to implementation, the recommended daily allowance for adults is 15 milligrams. However, for those already battling kidney disorders, doctors may sometimes suggest a short-term, higher dose course of 200 to 400 milligrams daily. It is critical to note that you should only take high-dose vitamin E under professional medical advice. Because vitamin E is fat-soluble and affects blood clotting, oversupplementation for extended periods can be dangerous and may even increase the risk of certain health complications. To get your vitamin E naturally, look no further than your kitchen pantry. Sunflower seeds, almonds, Brazil nuts, and peanuts are powerhouse sources. You can also find high levels in wheat germ, vegetable oils, and nutrient-dense vegetables like pumpkin, asparagus, and red bell peppers. Leafy greens like spinach and collards are also excellent, as are fruits like avocados and mangoes. Taking vitamin E with a meal containing healthy fats is essential for absorption. Some people prefer taking it at night, as it has been known to assist with insomnia, but the most important thing is consistency. By understanding autophagy, you realize that your kidneys aren't just failing, they are often just clogged. By giving them vitamin E and the time to self-clean, you are moving beyond just managing a symptom. You are participating in a miracle of biological restoration. Now, let's look at our third and final vitamin, which acts as the crucial bridge for your blood health and cellular inflammation. The third and final repair agent on our list is vitamin B9, widely known as folate or folic acid. If vitamin D manages the pressure and vitamin E drapes the cells in protection, then vitamin B9 is the bridge. It is the essential connection that ensures your blood is clean and your vessels are healthy enough to support the kidney's heavy workload. For those battling persistent proteinuria, vitamin B9 is often the missing piece of the puzzle. One of its most critical roles is breaking down an amino acid in the blood called homocysteine. When your B9 levels are low, homocysteine levels climb, and this is where the trouble begins. High homocysteine acts like a toxin to your vascular system, increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease, causing inflammation in the kidneys, and triggering the formation of blood clots. By cleaning up this harmful substance, folate directly reduces the internal stress on your kidney tissues. The impact of this vitamin is backed by massive clinical data. Consider the China Stroke Primary Prevention Trial, a landmark study published in the American Journal of Kidney Disease in 2020. Researchers followed over 1,300 patients with high blood pressure and early to mid-stage chronic kidney disease. The results were staggering. Those who took daily vitamin B9 saw a greater than 80% decrease in the progression of their kidney disease over 4 years. That isn't just a minor improvement. It is a total shift in the health trajectory. However, your body's ability to use B9 depends on the form you take. In nature, it exists as folate, found in foods like arugula, kale, spinach, and broccoli. In supplements or fortified foods like pasta and bread, it exists as folic acid. Interestingly, the body often absorbs the synthetic folic acid better than the natural folate. For most adults, the recommended daily amount is 400 micrograms of dietary folate equivalent DFE. However, those with late-stage kidney disease might be prescribed much higher doses, up to 5 milligrams daily, but this must strictly be under a doctor's care. High doses can hide a B12 deficiency or potentially elevate certain health risks if not monitored. Now, I know we've covered a lot of science today, and you might be feeling overwhelmed by the milligrams, the IUs, and the mechanisms. But I want to make this as simple as possible so you can start healing tomorrow. If you are a busy person who just needs the golden formula to take to the grocery store, I want you to pay close attention to the screen right now. You might even want to take a screenshot. Here is your daily kidney recovery checklist. First, your vitamin D3. Aim for 600 to 800 IU. Think fatty fish like salmon or a few minutes of safe morning sunlight. Second, your vitamin E. Stick to 15 milligrams. A handful of sunflower seeds or half an avocado is your best friend here. Third, your vitamin B9. Aim for 400 micrograms. A big bowl of dark leafy greens or some lentils will get you there. This is the golden formula. It's not about expensive, exotic cures. It's about giving your kidneys the fundamental bricks and mortar they've been missing. Whether you choose natural food sources or high-quality supplements, the key is consistency. Your kidneys didn't get damaged overnight, and they won't heal overnight, but they will respond if you stop the leakage and start the repair. By simplifying your approach to these 3 vitamins, you move from a place of confusion to a place of power. You are no longer just a patient waiting for a lab result. You are an active architect of your own recovery. Now, as we wrap up, there are a few critical warning signs you need to be aware of to ensure you're staying safe on this journey. In today's video, we've journeyed through the science of how vitamins D, E, and B9 work as a powerful repair crew for your kidneys. We've looked at how they stabilize pressure, trigger cellular cleaning, and bridge the gaps in your vascular health. But as we bring this information together, I must remind you, knowledge without action is just data. Your kidneys are incredibly resilient, but they cannot wait forever. Please pay close attention to your body. If you start to notice that your urine appears dark, bubbly, or has a persistent froth-like appearance, your kidneys are trying to tell you something. Watch for puffiness in your face or extremities. This edema is a sign that fluid is collecting where it shouldn't. If you experience unexplained nausea, muscle twitching, or cramping, these are signals that waste is accumulating in your blood. These symptoms can worsen slowly, so do not ignore them. Speak with your healthcare provider immediately if you notice these changes, and if you ever experience sudden chest pain or shortness of breath, get emergency help right away. Remember, all the information we've shared is thoroughly fact-checked and reviewed by real professionals, not generated by AI. Our goal is to empower you to make informed decisions about your diet and supplement regimen. But even the best vitamins in the world can be undermined if you are still consuming foods that actively tear down your kidney tissues. Everything we've discussed today might be wasted effort if you don't address the other side of the equation. What you eat, that is why your next step is critical. Watch the video on the screen right now, where we reveal the 22 worst foods that can ruin your progress and destroy your efforts to heal proteinuria. We'll show you which foods to avoid and, more importantly, the great alternatives you can enjoy instead. Thank you to all our subscribers and viewers for your continued support. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a life-saving update. I'll see you in the next video. Stay informed and stay healthy.